Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
I am Sudhanva MS and I am currently pursuing my engineering at RB University. A couple of months ago, our professor, who handles generative AI and prompt engineering, reached out to us and declared, I want all of you to form pairs and work on a project. For this project, we were allowed to choose any problem statement of our choice, provided we leverage AI tools to come up with a feasible solution. I teamed up with my friend Sapna, who is often called Sapna 500 because of her CET rank 500. Sapna is a well-rounded individual who is extremely good at technical stuff. Me, on the other hand, being a Toastmaster, in addition to the technical stuff, have great interpersonal skills. Together, we both started our project. She did most of the technical work, and I pitched in with my ideas whenever we felt stuck. After the presentation, our teacher who assigned the project was very impressed with us. The two of us went to celebrate this victory of ours, and when we were having lunch together, we confessed to each other that it was not possible for one without the other to ensure that this project lived up to where it was that day. And at the same time, we got a text from our professor telling that our team has been shortlisted to write a paper on the project we worked upon. That is where I realized how, as a team, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. How, as a team, we can work better. Similarly, today, over here, today's meeting is a meeting between two stalwarts, two clubs of District 121, Uttishta Toastmasters and Mekon Communication Club. Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization whose mission is to provide a positive and mutually supportive environment to all its members so that they can practice oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters greater self-confidence and personal growth. Uttishta Toastmaster comes under District 121, Division A, Area A3, and our club number is 3793772. Mekon Communication Club comes under District 121, Division C, Area C2, and the club number is 9639. For any Toastmasters meeting to be successful, we need to follow three basic ground rules. First, enter or leave the room only during an applause. Second, refrain from talking about topics related to sex, religion, and politics. And third, keep your phones on silent or turn them off. I give you all 10 seconds to do the same. To take this meeting forward, we have an important person here with us today. He is an MCOM graduate from Jain University and is currently pursuing his US CPA. He is straightforward and curious and likes to indulge in quizzes. His favorite sports include table tennis, badminton, and cricket. During his free time, he loves to read crime and thriller books. When he felt that he wanted to walk out of his comfort zone, he walked in to Toastmasters. At Toastmasters, he has been a part of several demo meetings and has helped many other clubs during their contest season by being a judge. He has won the humorous speech contest at his home club and represented Mekon in the area and division level. Without further ado, join me in welcoming the president of Mekon Communication Club, Toastmaster Shiva.
Okay. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you for taking the time to learn it, Toastmaster Sudhanva. Thank you so much. Dignitaries of Toastmasters International of District 121, all my members of Mekon Communication Club and Uttishta Toastmasters, it is my greatest pleasure to welcome all of you on this very, very special evening. I call it a special evening because two heavyweights of District 121, two great clubs of South Bangalore, Mekon Communication Club and Uttishta Toastmasters, have said we are going to join hands and have a joint meeting on this day. And therefore, it is my utmost pleasure to declare meeting number 1276 for Mekon Communication Club and meeting number 540 for Uttishta Toastmasters open. Now, as any Toastmasters meeting is supposed to commence and rightfully should, we have to address the most important people in the room present with us, and that is our esteemed guests. Right? To clarify, if you're not a member of either clubs today, then you are a guest. So, can the guests make my job easier and just raise your hands wherever you are? Guests today. Yes, 2, 3 guests. So, just to get to know you better, one of our sergeants here will pass on a mic to you. Please stand up from wherever you are and within 20-30 seconds, give us a quick introduction about yourself, what you do and how you've come to know about Toastmasters. Right? So we can start with ma'am over there. Yes.
Check. Good evening. My name is Suchitra, and one of my friends is actually speaking, and so I've come here because of that. Actually, so I don't know if I can be considered a guest or not, but that's how I've come here.
Thank you. You are a guest, ma'am. Okay. You can pass on the mic to the next.
Yeah, namaste. My name is Dr. Selvaraj. I'm an architect, and I'm a Rotarian too. So I'm into youth service direction. So I motivate and inspire a lot of students to make their life better by improving their personality. So one of my friends has suggested me that so by going to Toastmaster, you can get more and more powerful youths, so that you can make your team more powerful to make our country Balishta Bhavya Bharata. So I have given more than 1,000 episodes in TV and all such things. I have come here to find out the best wisdom warriors and lions here to make our country more powerful. Thank you.
We have one more guest, please. The one in pink, please.
She is Sandhya. She raised her hand and said, "You take the mic." She is a potential Toastmaster candidate for the future with the stage leadership that she has. That's all. That's a brief introduction about her. She is my neighbor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravikumar, for introducing our guests. And to all our guests, we hope you have an amazing time today and hope you enjoy and take something back from today's meeting. Now, all of you present in this room, give me a quick raise of hands if you've heard of this tiny little building in South Delhi called the Qutub Minar. Okay, almost all of you. Nice, thank you. So the Qutub Minar has a simple history. A bunch of invaders came to our country back in the 12th century and they said, "Oh, there are buildings already existing here. Hatao aise, take it away." And they put their own buildings there. and one such building is the Qutub Minar. Now, why I find this Qutub Minar an interesting monument is because one king commissioned the construction of that monument. And he only managed to complete one story during his lifetime. And then came his son-in-law, his successor, and as most historians would say, he added 3 more stories to that building. Then he went away, his successor came. The building was then struck by lightning. His successor repaired it and added the final story to the Qutub Minar. And then came many, many more kings in the future who repaired it during earthquakes and added a few entrances to the Qutub Minar complex and made it the beautiful structure that it is today. And today, the Qutub Minar is a structure that represents our country at times and is a UNESCO World Heritage site that draws in hundreds and thousands of visitors every single year. Now, if you'd ask any particular historian in time who knows what he's talking about, and you ask him who built the Qutub Minar, he can't pinpoint and give you just one name. He will give you several names. And that is where I draw the parallel to that monument and to this joint meeting of Mekon Communication Club and Uttishta Toastmasters. One executive committee, or the executive committee of both the clubs in the past term, planned this meeting, but it unfortunately didn't happen. The Qutub Minar was struck by lightning. The current executive committee came forward and said, we'll add one more story and a few more entrances, and today we are inaugurating that virtual Qutub Minar in front of all of you. And not just them, the senior members of both the clubs have been actively involved in taking the decisions. And not just them, the VPPRs, the VPMs, the Sergeant at Arms have made so many arrangements today. Not just them, every single member of every club that is present here today, whether you are a role taker or a non-role taker, you are contributing in one way or the other to build this virtual Qutub Minar of a meeting this evening. I'd like to thank you for that. But I'll tell you one thing, unlike those that built the Qutub Minar long back, we as Toastmasters in the year 2024 understand that we do not have to destroy in order to build. We do not have to put one down in order to bring the other one up. We can always come together, we can always coexist, we can always shake hands, and we can always live in harmony, live in peace. For it is, we understand that when we come together and believe in each other and work in tandem, that we bring out the best in each other. For it is when we come together that we are at our strongest. It is when we come together that we shine. And there was one such person who realized this about 100 years ago, that a lot of young men in his country lacked the skill of public speaking and leadership, and he decided to help them with it. And he realized that when people come together and support each other, they can help them to shine. Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, and who started off the first ever Toastmasters Club. And since the year 1924, Toastmasters International has grown to be a global network of clubs, today of about 14,000 clubs, over 14,000 clubs in over 150 countries with over 270,000 members. It has reached this position today because so many people came together over 100 years and helped each other shine. And in today's meeting, it reminds me of one such person who has shouldered the burden to carry this meeting forward on her shoulders and said, I shall help every other person today who takes the stage shine. She is a travel enthusiast who enjoys reading books. She's working as technical person at Nutanix in Bangalore. She's a native Bangalorean at heart, and very specifically, she says she identifies as a chocolate cupcake fan. And I wonder what if the cupcake flavor changes. And at Toastmasters, she's found a stage that has given her a place to face her fears, that has helped her grow her communication skills, improve and become a better person. And with that, let us call the person on stage who is the master of ceremonies of today's meeting, Toastmaster Soumya.
Good evening. Good evening. It was a calm, sunny Monday morning, the early morning hours of August 6th, when a flight called Enola Gay took off and headed towards the north. This flight was piloted by Mr. Paul Tibbets. And at approximately 8:15 a.m., this flight released an explosive called a little man. This explosive was not so little, for it was a uranium bomb dropped on the city of Hiroshima. Within seconds, the city was destroyed. 90% of the buildings came to ashes. 140,000 people were killed. The city that stood tall and thriving was now reduced to rubbles. What's more fascinating here is the aftermath of the attack, when the resurrection of the city Hiroshima started immediately within a few hours after the attack. And this was possible because the people of Hiroshima came together. They came together to build and revive their city so that it could stand tall, rise and shine once again. So that they could all shine once again. This incident is a true testimonial to state that togetherness helps us in building a compassionate, considerate, and a thriving society in which all the people are empowered. And one such organization which empowers all its members is none other than a Toastmasters club. Today, not just one, but two eminent Toastmasters clubs have come together in order to empower its members when it comes to leadership and communication skills by collaborating with one another. Without any further ado, for the benefit of the guests, let me reiterate what a typical Toastmasters meeting looks like. A Toastmasters meeting consists of 3 sessions. The first one being the prepared speech session, where the speakers would deliver a prepared speech as per the Toastmasters International guidelines. The second one being the table topic session, which is an impromptu speaking session. And the third one is the general evaluation session, where the entire meeting proceedings would be put under scrutiny and a thorough feedback for the same would be provided. To take this meeting forward, we have a special personality. He is the general evaluator. The general evaluator for today is a distinguished Toastmaster with over 35 years of work experience at Meccan. He is also one of the charter members of Meccan Toastmasters Club, who has served as VP Education and has been the president for over 4 terms. With varied interests like Hindustani vocal and learning keyboard, he has represented his home club at several division level humorous speech contests. With a thunderous round of applause, I would like to welcome distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhat onto the stage to introduce his tag team.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for that effusive introduction. for the benefit of our guests, general evaluation is essentially about feedback. It's a very unique feature of a Toastmasters movement. Probably the only institution where you get that kind of evaluation, where we realize or we find out what went well during the meeting and what are the rough edges which you can, fine tune or chisel a bit so that it become better. It essentially is built on the or something similar to the Kaizen principle what Japanese follow. Constant improvement. From every week after week, we overcome our weaknesses, strengthen our, build up our strengths and become better people. Better Toastmasters, better communicator, better leaders. So essentially this is the concept of evaluation in Toastmasters. And for doing my job today as the general evaluator, I will be assisted by 3 persons, what you call as a tag team. That is timer, R-counter and grammarian. Timing is very important in Toastmasters. Each speech has got a specific time to be completed. We cannot exceed that. And the time manager, timekeeper, maintains the time or keeps record of the time. So to do this job today, we have a Toastmaster from Mekon Communication Club. He is a very interesting person. Every time he comes behind the lectern, people cheer for him for his table topic responses. Wonderful responses, some innovative response each time he comes to the stage he gives. And he has got a unique sense of humor. So let's first invite the timekeeper of the day, Toastmaster Gajendra.
Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and guests present here.
Good evening.
When you look up in the night sky, you see a lot of stars, right? But when they come together, is that they shine even brighter. But let me tell you one thing, if we take that long to shine, the meeting might never end. So that's why I have the job at the timer today. Sorry. I have the job as a timer today. Thanks. Usually a typical Toastmasters meeting has 3 sessions. One is the best prepared speeches sessions, one is the table topic sessions, and one is the general evaluation session. The prepared speeches usually go up to 5 to 7 minutes per speech, and at 5 minutes I will show the green card. At 6 minutes I will show the yellow card, and at 7 minutes I will show the red card. After 7 minutes, you have a 30 seconds time period where I'll be holding the red card, and if you cross the 30 seconds, you will not be eligible for a certificate. Now coming to the second session, that is the table topic session. You'll have to talk from 1 to 2 minutes. You'll have to talk from 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card, and at 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I will show the red card. And the same rule applies here as well. If you exceed 30 seconds, you won't be eligible for the certificate. And for the third session, that's the general evaluation session. Each individual evaluator for the speech will get 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will show the red card. And the rule goes here, the same here also. Exceeding 30 seconds, you won't be eligible for a certificate. And I will give my report at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Gajendra. The next role which is being taken up by a Toastmaster from Uttishta Toastmasters Club, which is a disliked role by many people, including the audience, because it's that of a R-counter. He's a very unpopular person. All the time you'll be showing, you have to use you have got too many filler words, you use ahs and ums, and you are having too many pauses, wrong place, all sorts of suggestions and comments. And so it's obviously the unpopular man. But for our improvement, for our awareness, this is required. And somebody has to do this job. And this gentleman, this Toastmaster from Uttishta Toastmaster has taken up this job for our benefit. The beauty of it is he has to even sacrifice listening to the or enjoying the speech because he will be concentrating how many R's and Ums he's making. So that's unfortunate, but that's the sacrifice he's making. To take up this role as our counter, we have Toastmaster Mahesh. Can you please come over here?
Once again, good evening, dear Toastmaster and welcoming guests.
Good evening.
Yes, accountant, my role is to note CRPF words. C stands for clutch word, R for repeated words, P for pauses, F for filler words. I will be noting down all the speakers, evaluator and the table topic speakers. I will be giving the report at the end when advised evaluator. One thing I wanted to tell you, why we should not use CRPF words. Assume one thing, you are in love with some person, or you know him. You are luckily, he only approached you, I like you. Instead of you replying, you say, you think in that time. You remember this, and I hope you will make my work very less. You save ink. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahesh. We have another important role taker who is going to assist me, is the grammarian, to keep track of the grammar. And that role will be taken up by a very unassuming, simple and open-hearted, girl of few words, a Toastmaster from Mekon Communication Club, Toastmaster Shuba.
A congregation of the right words used in tandem makes communication shine bright. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
As the grammarian for today, I will be taking note of the sparks and the fuses in today's meeting. The sparks being the good, outstanding phrases, quotes, and words used, and the fuses being the not so good usages. Please note the word of the day is congregation, meaning a group or a gathering of people, and the phrase of the day is in tandem, meaning alongside each other. Use the word and the phrase in your speeches to make it gleam, and stay tuned for the report during the evaluation session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba. Don't go by the simple nature of this lady. When she takes up a role, she does a real thorough job, which you have seen in our club. All the best for all the speakers who are going to speak today, and all the best to all the other role takers, evaluators, and tabletop speakers. With that, back to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you to distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhat and his tag team for explaining us their roles and responsibilities. Let's have a huge round of applause for the general evaluator and his tag team. Let me now elaborate the resurrection story of Hiroshima, about how the people came together and revived it. The attack was on August 6th, as I mentioned earlier. And within 4 days, the water pipelines were resurrected or reconstructed. By August 14th, the experimental telephone lines became functional. Several banks had lost their premises, but the Bank of Japan provided its premises to several other tellers so that they could use its premises to help the citizens. That's how the citizens helped each other by coming together. With that, let's now head towards the first session, which is the prepared speech session. Before I call upon the first speaker for today. Let me call upon the first evaluator for today would be Distinguished Toastmaster Pramod from Uttishta Toastmasters Club. Pramod, if you could read out the speech guidelines, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Our speaker is attempting Level 3 Project 2 from Innovative Planning Path. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance a speech. Timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the best to the speaker. And also with the general evaluator's permission, may I request the timer to sit directly in front of the speaker for better visibility. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. It's now time to call upon our first speaker for today. She works as a HR manager at Infocon. She has been previously associated with an NGO called Youth for Seva or YFS. In her own words, she describes herself as an voracious reader, humorous speaker, and a storyteller. With a thunderous round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Jyothi Rao onto the stage.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Jyothi Rao, fast and blind drive. Fast and blind drive, Toastmaster Jyothi Rao.
Here is a simple fact. We are all going to die. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Amma, you ride the vehicle so slowly. The cyclist overtake us. It's a shame to the Yamaha brand, the makers of Casino bike makers. Teased my adult daughter. My son sitting nearby added, "Oh, and she's also so scared to be a pillion rider. There is no way we can repair her now." I amusingly listened to them, fun-filled laughter. I sailed back to my long-lost memory lane. It was then when my children were 8 and 12 years of age. The only option I was given was to take them to a beach for their summer holidays. It was decided we will drive to Mangalore and spend a week playing with the sands and waves. So we started. We were driving on the highway. The road was not very broad and elevated compared to the footpath. The footpath was about a foot lower. If any fast moving vehicle lost its balance on the edge of the road, it will topple down onto the footpath and crash. As I was young, fast and fierce, my driving skills were at its finest. I had a record of the distance I had driven. 250 kilometers non-stop at quite a stretch my pride. And now my target was my speed. 140 kilometers per hour. That is what was my target. The road ahead was lengthy and deserted as far as my eye could see. My legs were ready. The road, the grey shaded road, invited my already aroused spirit. My legs pressed on the accelerator and the speedometer moved to the right. The harder I pushed, the further the speedometer tilted to 110, 120, 130, and I was about to go! 140. A huge truck was ahead of me. 140 kilometers per hour was my speed limit. No way I could reduce it. I continued with my speed and overtook the truck. My blood froze. My breath stuck. A bus was coming from the opposite direction towards us. It was sure to be a crash. At that moment of time, which felt like an eternity, the three of us, the truck, my car, and the bus, was in one single row. The slightest of the movement from any of us over our steering, no doubt would head to a disastrous crash. We all lived for that 1 second, unsure of what the next second would bring. And then I again saw the lengthy road stretched ahead, but this time my foot was not pushing on the accelerator harder. There was a scream of joy from my son and a shriek from my daughter, which startled my husband, who was sitting beside me and deep in slumber. Why are they screaming? Jyothi, these kids have no discipline, no manners. He murmured and grumbled and went off to his sleep. Unaware of what just had happened, unknown to my family members, I heaved a sigh of relief. In the rearview mirror, I caught hold of my children's gaze and winked at them. Only the three of us knew this secret. My dear ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hand if you have attempted to overtake on a highway for the sheer pleasure of being high. Thank you. I too had done it once. And a question keeps coming up to me. What if on that day the situation had taken a different turn? And a secret was revealed. Every situation, every person on this earth play a central role in shaping the future of life. Our life future is not revealed. Most of the time it is not revealed. But when it is done, we must make sure that the present is altered. And this can be done by learning the action of ours in the journey of life. Life is too short. Life is too short for small, petty achievements. It does not require. We have more potential and more talents to showcase. So my dear Toastmasters, A bad day for the ego is truly a great day for the soul. And here I stand in front of you, creating life within and beyond. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster Bidi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi, for that amazing speech. Let's give a big round of applause for our speaker. I would now like to call upon the evaluator for our second speaker, Toastmaster Balaji, to read out the guidelines.
A fantastic evening, Toastmasters. Somehow you don't give a good evening back to the other club members. Good evening. Good evening. You're in majority now. We have to appease you. So, the purpose of the project for the member is to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience. The speaker is asked to do this inspiration through engagement and keeping the speech entertaining or moving. The speaker will have to alter his speech based on the responses provided by the audience. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji. It's now time to call upon our second speaker for today. Our second speaker works as a software developer at Walmart. He describes himself as a seeker, meditator, and a content creator. He loves to play badminton. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Tanmay onto the stage.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Toastmaster Tanmay, observe and act. Observe and act. Toastmaster Tanmay.
Leonardo da Vinci once remarked, all our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions. Master of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, at the crossroad of life's myriad challenges, it's our observations that shape our reality. In 2018, I faced my Everest, IIT JEE. I had done everything I could. I reached the exam hall early, 7:45. I revised the formulae one last time. I felt confident. I felt ready. The exam started, and I froze. The simplest of questions were disorienting. My mind went blank. What happened? The result mattered to me too much. I made a mountain out of a molehill. But imagine, I had taken a step back and observed. Suddenly, this is not the most important thing in my life. I am not Tanmay, the potential topper. I am just another student. This is not IIT JEE, something that defines my future. It's just another exam. Friends, when life gets overwhelming, when the situation goes beyond control, take a step back, coolly observe, and act. You will find the answers that you seek. It was a tense Monday morning. I was in a screaming session with my boss. I shouted. The deadline was ridiculous. I did not have the resources at hand. My boss, angry as he was, snarled back. Excuses won't get the job done. I expected better from you. I started to get defensive. This is the best I can do. My boss was now at boiling point. Well, this best might not be good enough. You're failed. At this point, my temper was higher than the highest skies. I wanted to look at him and scream, "To hell with you on this project! I quit! I'm done!" And then suddenly something snapped. I took a step back, deep breath, and observed. Then I acted. "Boss, you and I are on the same team. This is not helping either of us. Let's put our heads in tandem and see how we can fix this." My boss was shocked. The anger on his face gave way to a surprised smile. "Yes, we are on the same team after all. Let's do this." We worked out a new strategy, and the project was back on track. Toastmasters and guests, when the situation is at boiling point, when you're unable to control your emotions, take a deep breath. Step back. Coolly observe and act. Life will change for the better. My friend Arjun is a doctor. He saves lives. One day he found his brother Nakul on the operation table. As Arjun saw Nakul lying there, desperate for his help, his hands started shaking. The enormity of the situation just hit him. What if he fails? What if he makes a wrong incision? It's his brother. The situation overwhelmed him. Then he remembered what his teacher had once told him. In times of crisis, be like an owl, calm and wise. Watch, think, then move. Arjun took a step back. Deep breath. He envisioned that he was that owl, looking up from high in the sky, calm and wise. When he came back, what he saw was not his brother, but a patient who needed his attention. He made all the right cuts. The operation was a success. Nakul's life was saved. Not just because Arjun was a good doctor, but because in that heat of the moment, he took a step back, observed, and acted. Friends, be it the operation table or the roads of Bangalore, lives are at stake. In those situations, don't worry and freeze. Be that owl high up in the sky, calm and wise. Watch, think, and then move. Coolly observe and act. You will find that power within you. In the dance of life, wisdom waits to be heard. It whispers, observe and act. Today, I want you all to take this mantra with you. Let it echo in your ears, pulse in your heart, throb at the deepest core of your soul. When the world spins too fast, when the thoughts become a tornado that overwhelms, coolly observe and
Act.
over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay, for that wonderful speech. Let's give a huge round of applause for our second speaker. Together, now we embark towards the second session of a Toastmasters meeting. It is the table topics session. To conduct this session, we have a table topics master. The table topics master for today is an engineering graduate from RNSIT, currently working as a software engineer at Solid Edge. She loves to play badminton, currently associated with Uttishta as the Associate VP membership. Let's put our hands together in welcoming Toastmaster Sanjana onto the stage.
Good evening to all my dear Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the joint meeting of Uttishta Toastmasters and Mekon Communication Club. Table topic session. Taking role in this session will help you build your confidence and impromptu speaking skills. Just a thought that you are supposed to speak in front of a group of people with no preparation. That might seem quite horrifying, right? But becoming skilled at it can have this amazing major benefits. It takes a lot of practice, systematic approach, and self-confidence. But once you have mastered this impromptu speaking skills, trust me, doors will open for you. You'll be able to nail the last minute presentation, shine during the important meeting, and think on your feet while you're speaking. So dear Toastmasters, whoever take participation in this session will have this amazing major benefits. In this session, I'll be calling few members on the stage, and where he or she has to pick up a check from the cup, and he or she has to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So dear timer, please do note. So dear Toastmasters, are you ready for this session?
Yes.
Okay, our first speaker will be Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Toastmaster Vijay Upendra.
Thank you, table topic master. The topic to me is, if you were Prime Minister for a day, what would you do? If I were to be a Prime Minister of India, one of the most important things that I would like to do is ask people not to be emotional, because we take decisions emotionally, repent logically. We need to understand this because we have seen what is happening in the neighboring country. Lot of emotions, no logic, many things are happening. Murders are taking place. All anti-national elements are very active. Do you see any logic there? In the same way, we participate in election. While voting, are we emotional or logic? We are more emotional because for our own selfish reasons. If we do the same thing, next generation will not accept as elders. We should be extremely careful not to be emotional, become more logic, more scientific, so that we are going to save not only our nation, become an example for the whole world. Next time, whenever you take a decision, be more logical so that you can avoid many of the disputes within the family, many of the misunderstandings happening in our own professional life. So, we should be more logical than emotional. That is my take as far as Being a Prime Minister, I appeal to entire masses to be more logical, not to be emotional. Thank you and back to you. Table topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. A round of applause for him. So first we have call from Mekon Communication Club. The second speaker will be from Uttishta Toastmasters Club. The second speaker will be Toastmaster Prashanth. Toastmaster Prashanth, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Toastmaster Prashanth.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I recently visited a place called Bali. How many of you know where it is? Many. So this place is in Indonesia, and to my surprise, I got to know that probably more than India, they follow Ramayana and Mahabharata. Though Indonesia has a majority of populations as Muslims, there is this Bali city where they thoroughly practice this Hinduism, where they particularly follow this Mahabharata and Ramayana very much. So why I'm saying all this is because I recently realized the power of chanting Hanuman Chalisa. How many of you know Hanuman Chalisa? Please bear with me, I'm not talking anything about religious. This is pure science. That's because Tulsidas has written this Hanuman Chalisa in such a way that each word in this Hanuman Chalisa is designed in such a way that it sounds at a frequency of Saturn. Do you know that the most influential planet out of the 9 or 8 planets is Saturn? We call it Shani in Kannada, and there is something called as Sade Sati. It will have tough time for that 7.5 years, right? So if you chant this Hanuman Chalisa, your body will start vibrating at a frequency which will align to this most influential planet, which is Saturn. And your day-to-day activities will be so smooth as probably as butter. So why I'm saying all this is because the topic was, where would you go? I would go to a place where they worship our Hinduism and Hanuman Chalisa, either in India or Bali. One of these two I'll stick. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashanth. A round of applause for him. So our third speaker will be from Mekon Communication Club. That is Toastmaster Ravi. Please do get it. Toastmaster Ravi, what would you like doing so much that you lose track of time? What would you like doing so much that you lose track of time? Toastmaster Ravi.
Generally, table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Generally, I come from a background of pharma where the value of time, deadlines to achieve targets are all taught. If not taught, if not learned, they will again teach you. When I said that, it is with command and with pressure, such things are taught. Now the question is, the table topic is, how would you lose time and not aware of when to go back home? It is when I go to Baswanbudi Club on weekends. Honestly, yeah. I tell my wife I should be back by 10:30, max 11. But it goes on. And I'll tell you, not to laugh, you have liquor with a good friend and a good ambience, you will not know the time, I'm telling you. You need to, honestly, if you are not tried, please try. And the topics go from pin to piano, economics, and whatnot, everything. Sports, cinema, and your own problems, how you resolved it. I think that's the only place where I get stuck. And another problem is my wife doesn't remind me. Like my friend gets a call that why you have not come back home. But this girl doesn't call me or remind me anything. So I have complained this to her in the front of other friends. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. A round of applause for him as well. So our fourth speaker will be from Uttishta Toastmasters, that is Toastmaster Shreesh Bhat. Toastmaster Shreesh Bhat. Toastmaster Shreesh Bhat, if you were competing on a cooking show, what would you make? If you were competing on a cooking show, what would you make? Toastmaster Shreesh Bhat.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
If I was on a cooking show, what would I make? Ever since I was a kid, I knew that I would have to learn some skills for survival, be it swimming, cycling, driving, or basic cooking. And the only cooking I learned was enough to save me if my parents were not home. I only know how to cook rice, I know how to boil water, and the favorite dish of all, Maggi. And if I was on a cooking show, I know for a fact that the one thing I would make perfectly is that I would make a huge mess. A huge mess so big that the camera would be covered in sauce, the judges would be covered in juices of all the vegetables, the vinegar would be all over the place, the show would be a mess, and the audience sitting behind the TV would be laughing out completely. As a teenager, I had participated in one of the cooking without fire contests in school. There, I did what I knew perfectly, a mess, in front of the principal. We had made jaljeera, and guess what? It had soda in it. My hands were shivering. Shivering. I handed it to her. She twisted open the bottle. And then I started shivering even more. What if I get kicked out of school? Thankfully, she knew that I am a stupid person, and she knew that she could forgive me and move on from this. So yes, cooking is a basic skill that we all need to learn.
And the second skill we need to learn is how to not make a mess. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreesh Bhat. A round of applause for him. It's only men's on the stage, so let's call some women from Mekon Communication Club, that is Toastmaster Latha. What was the best reason you faked being sick? What was the best reason you faked being sick? Toastmaster Latha.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
This is one topic would I would love to talk for hours. This is my favorite topic when I was in the corporate world. Every company when I joined, I had two sets of my grandparents alive. My father's side and my mother's side. They had passed away long back. But only my previous companies knew that they are no more. New companies never knew that they are no more. So I kept them alive. Whenever I wanted an emergency leave, I wanted to go out, I have planned something and I can't tell my manager that I need a leave, I used to kill someone. When I say literally kill, I don't literally kill, but yes, they passed away. They are no more. So I could get 2, 3, 4 days leave. And this is something what I enjoyed. Sorry, grandparents, if you're seeing from up. Intentionally, I had not done it, but couldn't do anything because I needed leaves. And other fake stories what I used to tell is how to get that I'm not well, I'm having fever. Now, how do you get fever in emergency situations? Just take an onion, place it somewhere on your body part, and you get high fever. This is a trick you guys can use because it's been 100% successful until now with me. So you can use that when you want an emergency sick leave. So these are the stories what I have with everyone, that keep your grandparents alive, whichever job you go. Once you leave from the company, kill for all the sides, all the sets of them. Go to a new company, keep them alive. And whenever you need them, kill them that moment. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. Many of them have done this, I guess. Okay. The next speaker will be Toastmaster Siddhanth from Uttishta Toastmasters. Toastmaster Siddhanth, what is your favorite movie of all time? What is your favorite movie of all time? Toastmaster Siddhanth.
This little part of my life is called happiness. How many of you know from which movie this dialogue is? It's from the famous movie Pursuit to Happiness. Now this is the one movie which I believe is the greatest of all time. It teaches a lot of things that me as an individual would learn from. The first thing that I actually will learn from this movie is perseverance. In the movie Pursuit to Happiness, Chris Gardner, who is the protagonist, who has a divorce and he gets the custody of his child and who's struggling to make a living, has huge dreams which he wants to pursue. He knows for a fact it's going to take a lot of time to pursue them, yet he goes for it. Now, the amount of effort that he puts in order to achieve, to be into the financial market, in stockbroker as a job role which he goes for, he struggles a lot. Even though not having a proper degree, he works towards it and achieves at the end of the movie. And the next thing to learn from that movie is importance to relationships. Now, even though he's divorced, he doesn't have a job to make money, yet he fights with his wife to get the custody of his son. Now, with all the burden, he doesn't see his son as a burden. That is the value that he gives to his son. There is another dialogue which he actually points out how to have hope within yourself and pray to God. His son goes and says, Dad, there is a man who's drowning and there's a boat that comes up across. And then but the drowning man says to the boat, I don't want you to come now because God is there and who's going to help me. And then after the first boat passes by, now the second boat comes. Now again the man says, I don't want you to save me, I want God to save me. But then the man drowns and goes to heaven, and he asks God, why didn't you come to save me? And he says, like, I sent you 2 boats, yet you did not choose to get on it and save your life. I won't be there. People are going to help you, and that's how you figure out your life and your path and your shine. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddhanth. A round of applause for him. Next speaker will be from Mekon Communication. That is Toastmaster Chetan. Toastmaster Chetan, what's one habit you wish you could break? What's one habit you wish you could break, Toastmaster Chetan?
Okay. I'm a creature of habit, much like most people. But what that means is that after I come back from office, I just crash on the bed. I get up early, I get up at 5:30, I go for a swim, and then I go to the office. But when I come back, I am drained, I'm exhausted, and I'm tired. And I lose 1.5, sometimes 2 hours when I come back. And this is one thing I really, really want to break. Those 2 hours are really, really precious. I can cook, I can clean, I can keep the house ready, I can be prepped when my wife comes, I can do a million different things. But if you lose those 2 hours, you can't do any of them. I wish I would start taking a bath instead, or maybe reading a book, doing something so that I don't ruin my night. And then the next day, you can't get up at 5:30 if you lose 2 hours at 6 in the evening. This is definitely one habit that I do curse. A second one is that I try to get up at 5:30, but then there's this internal conflict that happens every day. It's like, I need to go, but who's going to enter the pool at 5:30 in the morning? It's cold, it's tiring, the coach yells at me. But I have to do it. I have to go there. And I want this to become a habit. I want to break the habit of yelling at myself in the bed and just be there at the pool every day. Because once you're done with the swim, there is no equivalent feeling. You feel euphoria on every one of your cells. And you want to keep that going for the rest of the day. So yeah, 2 habits. Both of them have to do with sleeping and getting up. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. A round of applause for him. Next speaker will be from Uttishta, that is Toastmaster Mohan. Toastmaster Mohan, what is the one thing you have never told your best friend but will tell us? What is the one thing you have never told your best friend but will tell us? Toastmaster Mohan.
Good evening, everyone. And more importantly, the Toastmaster, the Table Topics Master, for giving me this topic to be open to the club, not only one, but 2. it happened almost few years ago, where I actually joined a Toastmaster club and never told not only one friend, none of my friends. I faced the fear for almost more than a year, but I was not good at communication. I was from a small town called Davangere, where I did not know how to make a sentence properly in English. Even if I was able to make one, there was a counter which was giving me a paragraphs of reports. Now I am here standing and telling you all about my story and becoming a Toastmaster. It's been more than a year in Uttista. Still I am not perfect, but still I am able to do this because of the Uttista. So with that, so this is what is happening to me, and now I have a friend who has joined here as a guest, who is also witnessing me speaking this. This is again a secret which I have not told him, which is revealing it now. So now he is there, he witnessed it. So I think I answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. A round of applause for him. Our next speaker is DTM Ramlal. DTM Ramlal, what are the 3 words you could use to describe yourself? What are the 3 words you could use to describe yourself, DTM Ramlal?
Madam Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and yes, the 3 words that I can use to describe myself is I can, and, dash, dash, dash. There's nothing that you cannot achieve in life. Paul Buxton said, the longer I live, the more deeply am I convinced that that which makes the difference between one man and another, between the weak and the powerful, between the great and the insignificant, is energy. Invincible determination, a purpose once formed, and then death or victory. All my life, I've been believing this statement, and I know I can, and dash, dash, dash. No one can ever pursue a worthy object steadily and persistently with all the powers of his mind and yet make his life a failure. Focus the rays of the sun in winter and you can kindle a fire with ease. Melt a charge of shot into a bullet and it can be fired through the bodies of 4 men. The giants of the human race have been men of concentration, men who have struck sledgehammer blows in one place until they have accomplished their purpose. The successful men of today are men of one overmastering idea, men of one unwavering aim, men of single and intense purpose. Every great man has become great, and every successful man has succeeded in proportion as he has confined his powers to one particular channel. As a rule, what the heart longs for, the head and the hands attain. The currents of knowledge, of wealth and of success are as certain and fixed as the tides of the sea. I know, I can, and I will, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal. A round of applause for him. Any of the guests would like to volunteer?
Please call Suchitra.
Her good name?
Suchitra. No.
It's okay, you can try. Give a try.
No, thank you.
Sir can come. 1,000 TV shows.
Yes. 1,000 plus TV shows. Sir, your good name?
Yeah, Selvaraj.
Selvaraj. Selvaraj, please chair. Guess, Selvaraj, what is your happiest childhood memory? What is your happiest childhood memory? Guess, Selvaraj.
So I would like to, so don't count the timings and all. So I will finish it just in 1.5 or 2 minutes. Okay, always I to say namaste because I am fond of my culture. I have to respect my culture. Until unless I don't respect my culture, nobody will going to respect our culture. So that's why whatever you say, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good excellent. Okay, right, everything is okay. First is mine. So wherever, in whichever country I go, first day they say good morning, I say namaste. Second day they say good morning, I say namaste. Third day, looking at me, they say namaste. We have to inculcate. We have to respect. We have to give high respect to our culture. Okay, right. The most happiest moments of my childhood is the way I have studied in the schools. So we have enjoyed. I think most of the people have not enjoyed that kind of the school days, the year 1975 to 80 or 85. So we enjoyed a lot because the lot of school students, my friends, they used to come to my house, and from there we used to go to the schools along with them. So while going to the schools and while coming from the school, so we used to play with whatever the things we get on the street itself. So we used to drink the water from the tap itself. So we used to take the fruits wherever there. So we used to enjoy that fruits without washing it, because those days were so beautiful and so powerful and so pure. So we enjoyed like anything. So that's why I have made on 4th of August, I called a lot of my friends to reunion. We gathered together and we enjoyed and we cherished those days very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guest Selvaraj. A very big round of applause for him. So, dear Toastmasters, I hope you all enjoyed this session. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Taking role in this joint meeting was a very good pleasure for me. With this, I would like to give the control back to the master of the ceremony, Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanjana, for that exciting session of table topics. Let's give a huge round of applause to our table topics master and to all the table topic speakers. I'm sure the congregation assembled here today has thoroughly enjoyed the meeting so far in tandem. It's now time for us to head towards a short networking break. The duration of the break is for about 10 minutes. I would request all of you to assemble back after 10 minutes so that the meeting can continue. With that, as an MC, I'm signing off for now. Enjoy your break.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests.
Good evening.
The phrase, "Together we shine," isn't it a good tagline for a good movie?
Yes.
Imagine a family reunion where every cousin, aunt, and uncle come in with their own unique talent on the table. And a cousin who's an aspiring actor, or another who's a karaoke master. Together, they create a performance so dazzling that even Shah Rukh Khan would applaud from the sidelines. Take a look at any neighborhood during a cricket match. Here teams are not just formed by the players on field, but also by the enthusiastic supporters who turn every run, every ball and every cheer into a community event. The streets come in together and they turn the ordinary moment into an extraordinary spectacle of joy and unity. With collective celebrations and shared snacks and the synchronized cheers that could, challenge any sports arena. So yes, when we come together, we don't just shine, we turn ordinary moment into something spectacular. And today is one such special occasion. The congregation of the Linkers meeting with two prestigious clubs. Together we shine in tandem with the rich knowledge and history that the clubs have experienced over the years. With that said, I'd like to call the MC for today's special meeting, Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Good evening, one and all.
Good evening.
Before we head towards the general evaluation session, I would now like to call upon a dignitary onto the stage. He is the first distinguished Toastmaster of India. He is a master speaker and a master mentor. He comes from Garden City Toastmasters Club. Let's welcome distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal onto the stage to share his thoughts.
Madam Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, they say the ability to speak is a shortcut to distinction. It puts a person in the limelight and raises him or her head and shoulders above the crowd. And a person who can speak acceptably is usually given credit for this ability out of all proportions to what he or she really possesses. And Dale Carnegie claims, that any man can talk when he gets mad. He says that if you hit the most ignorant man in town on the jaw and knock him down, he'll get on his feet and speak with an eloquence, heat and emphasis that would have rivaled the greatest orator of any century. If that is true of an ignorant man, imagine what you and I, educated people, can do in the art of communication. Yes, friends, the power of speaking is the ultimate in life. In fact, there is no use of all my skills, of all my degrees, if I cannot display that. It all happens through speaking, right? And speaking is the ultimate presentation of yourself. And it is the only way that you can promote yourself. The best way, the first way, and the last way to promote one's own self is through speaking, speaking, and speaking. To leave you with one of the greatest quotes that I've ever come across, again by Dale Carnegie, he says, whenever you're on the stage, set yourself on fire, right? If you're not on fire, ask your friend to bring a matchstick and you know where to light it. Let me complete what Dale Carnegie says, and that's probably one of the greatest things that actually whenever I'm on the stage, it's not just setting the stage on fire, it is setting yourself on fire. That's what he talks about. So whenever you're on the stage, set yourself on fire, so much so that people will come from long distances to see you burning. Don't think they come to listen to your gyan, no. If you're on fire, even I will be here, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal, for your words of wisdom. Let's give a huge round of applause for the speaker. Alone, we look like a tiny drop, but when we come together, we are a mighty ocean. We become stronger and more effective when we come together. And our club meetings become much more effective when we listen to an effective evaluation. And to conduct the general evaluation for today, I would like to call upon stage distinguished Toastmaster M.U. Bhat.
Thank you, Soumya. Two birds were flying in the sky. Mother bird and the baby bird. And they just saw one jet plane flying above them at full speed, beating the birds. Obviously, the birds are all out, just looking at them. What's happening? The baby bird got so much impressed, what kind of speed it is. So he asked my mother, Mummy, can I also fly like that? The mother bird said, you too can hear, if your belly also was on fire. That is precisely what distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal brought us today. And two great clubs, Mekon Communication Club and Uttishta Toastmasters Club. Both are connected with a common thread. I know you would have guessed by now, Mr. Distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal is the mentor of both the clubs. It was more than 26 years back when we started Mekon Communication Club. He was a person coming to our club day in and day out, week after week, and even when there is rain or cloud, there are many instances when he came fully drenched and attended directly the meeting. And he was there for more than a year, 2 years, 1 year, full years attended our club, guided us as alone care. And those are the days which are it was an uncharted, rather unrestricted clubs. There are 6-7 clubs like Garden City was the charter member, Bangalore Toastmaster, LA 1924, Mekon Communication, the fourth oldest club. Then came Sunshine Toastmasters, then came Daffodils. And we together formed the territorial council and led to the district formation. And Ramlal played a very important role in that. So let's come into general evaluation straight away. So already we are racing against time. I think 8 o'clock we should have completed. So let me just start. The first thing what tell you is what Ramlal underlined about that fire in your belly. This what is required, there is an underlying thing. And probably there is one thing which I have observed today also, that most of the speakers, almost all of them, had that kind of fire or energy within them when they presented here. There's one thing, the common thread which connected again, and started with the Sergeant at Arms Sudhanva. Started in a real, he has got a pleasant voice, spoke very well. What I like, 2-3 things good about very Sudhanva. Yes. Two things I liked about you, Sudhanva. One thing is of course your smile, your presence here, but 2 things is, one is preparation, which is very much essential for a Sergeant at Arms. Without referring to any notes or preparing here, read out all the statistics about Mekon Communication Club and your Uttishta Toastmasters, and about Toastmasters Club is that your club mission statement. That's what is required of your Sergeant at Arms. Great job done. Another thing which I liked about you was, which Sergeant at Arms' major duty is to arrange for the snacks and coordinate it. There was no dustbin there, And he ran away and made sure that within another 30 seconds he made that dustbin available. That's what is required of it, Sergeant at Arms. Great job done again, Sudhanva. I think you need a special round of applause for that great job. Of course, there are some, in our club also we face regarding your snacks and all that. They are a bit unwieldy with that beautiful, wonderful samosa I think is brought from second stage shop. But that chutney you cannot serve, without a spoon. These are the matter of details which probably you can take care. It's not that in our club also you face that. I think you must be facing that. But great thing. I don't have any suggestions specific to you, but probably your good evening could have been a bit more powerful. And just think that the last person without the mic should be able to listen to, hear you. Otherwise, great job done. Let's give a round of applause to him. Next, our president of the day, the presiding officer, president of Mekon Communication Club, Shivaprasad, took over. There are introductions of guests. Whatever is required of that, he has done it. And he took on the theme about the teamwork by connecting it with the parabola, or is a metaphoric connection between Qutub Minar and the teamwork. How teamwork is so important, what is happening in Qutub Minar. Same thing has happened when the clubs came together. He related to the formation, the district, our meeting, joint meeting, how we conducted with the teamwork. That brought out beautifully well. Very nice job done, Shivaprasad. So let's give a round of applause to our president for the great job done. Next, we have the master of ceremony, Soumya. You are here. I will come to you last. We have next. I will take over that. Powerful table topic session, what Sanjana did. That is one thing which I really liked, what Ramlal talked about, that fire Sanjana exhibited on the stage. That's one thing I've seen. The whole events are together. Her voice and her presence and her free movement and the gesticulations, everything very wonderful. You talked about the table topic session per se, what is that? And you selected, and instead of 8 which were promised, you gave us 2 more bonus, 10 persons, 4 from Uttista, 4 from our Mekon Communication Club, and 1 of course the great unbeatable distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal and guest Selvaraj. And the beauty of it is, the questions you had selected were such that it was easy for them to answer. Maybe except a couple of them, but everybody came up to expectations and they built an amazing job. That's one thing I like, that credit should go to you because of the topics you have selected and the way you presented, and how you repeated that question also when it was called for. Very nice job done. I think she deserves a big round of applause for that. There were only 2 speeches today. One was, the first speech was delivered by Toastmaster Jyothi Rao, evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. Can I have your evaluation, sir?
We all are going to die. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. And Toastmaster Jyothi in particular. Toastmaster Jyothi, with this opening, you immediately captured the audience attention, and I was hit with the reality of life. Some of the beautiful things in your speech were your comfortable delivery. All of the audience members, I felt, were in tandem with your speech. It was not just you and your family. All the audience members were congregated in the backseat of your car. Congratulations to you. A big round of applause. I really liked
how you conveyed your emotions with varied pitch. For example, Amma, what is she? The speedometer went from 100, 120, 130. The pitch change definitely delivered a lot of impact. However, before your car could make an impact with the truck ahead, you lowered your tone. You said, three of us were in a single room. A very beautiful way of presenting your speech. I liked your eye contact. It was complete. There was no sign of nervousness throughout. You articulated your speech in a beautiful, simple language. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Your pace was smooth and at times was racing when you were racing, and when you were slow, you slowed it down. Finally, you topped your speech with a powerful conclusion about ego. Very well done. A hallmark of a seasoned speaker, Toastmaster Jyothi. However, you may want to work on few things. One is the body movements. I felt some of the body movements were non-purposeful. You're moving here and there. Rather, I would say, since you are inside the car and you're holding the steering wheel, make it look more purposeful so that we can grasp it more easily. And some places I felt you can give short pauses. For example, I exhaled a sigh of relief. Then immediately you jumped to the next part of your speech. However, give 5 seconds so that we are all in that phase. Toastmaster Jyothi, a wonderful speech. Congratulations. I look forward for your future speeches. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. I had the privilege of listening to Pramod during the 500th your meeting of Uttishta Toastmasters, and what an impression at that time. I gave others as a great Toastmasters. I think he spoke something about Ravikumar or something like that. I remember. And today, really impressed me with that very comprehensive evaluation. Something I really, the amount of notes he has made and the ways he has done. Each and every precise point he has gone through where he has done well. At least 4 distinct points where he has done well, and 2 areas where she needs improvement. He brought out wonderfully well, Pramod. I think I should congratulate you for the great job done. I think I wish all our evaluations were as comprehensive as him. I learned that is today from Pramod how to evaluate a speech. Really good, wonderful job done. I think let's give a big round of applause to both the speakers and the second speech was delivered by the Toastmaster Tanmay of Uttishta Toastmasters and evaluated by Balaji, Toastmaster Balaji from Mikal Communication Club. Can I have your evaluation, sir?
We were talking about people being on fire. Well, Toastmaster Tanmay, you were definitely the fire. What a phenomenal speaker. I say it's a power-packed performance when the speaker can talk to the audience. And you know what? The way you spoke, the audience wanted to talk to you. As a speaker, you come in with a lot of innate skills. The way you take your stance on stage, you were so close yet so open. You spoke in your space, but yet the audience felt like you were all over the stage. And only a fine speaker has an ability such as that, Tanmay. The kind of stance you took on stage, my God, I was like, this is what good speakers who represent their clubs at district levels too. So that was a fantastic thing. And I wouldn't call your eye contact was good. I would call that as eye connect. Because the way you looked at your audience, the way you opened up with your audience, the audience felt like a strange connect with you. Now that is the eye contact a lot of people actually refer to. We always see, if we follow this pattern, they say, think there is a candle here, think there is a candle here, think there's a candle here, and go through the candles. No, this is what eye connect works like. Look into your audience, and Tanmay, you have really excelled in the same. And another strong point that a great speaker has, I'm not saying a good speaker, but a great speaker has, is the ability to shift the mood of the audience. Sometimes when the fire is in you, the audience also should feel the fire. Sometimes when you're going through a tense situation, the audience also should feel the tense situation. The way you built the entire story up and then told, no, nothing happened, you know what, I was like calm and composed. And audience like, oh, thank God others. I mean, imagine jobless Tanmay, how painful. Right? And you made the audience feel it. Not know it, but feel it. So the mood switches in the audience is what makes a difference between good speakers and great speakers. Now there are some areas to work on, Tanmay, because I was forced to. One was when you raised your tempo so much, there was this one point where it went shrill. So I can go loud, I can go like, ladies and gentlemen, I really want you all to stand up. Now this is loud. Ladies, now this is where it gets shrill. Now the problem with getting shrill is not a big one. But once you get shrill, the audience is always like, okay, when is he going to shout next? So that could be avoided. And I felt there was one small melody that you were stuck in. A lot of good speakers do that. Through your speech, there was one particular melody that you kind of got stuck to. But if you work on this, all in all, a phenomenal speaker. Thank you so much for letting us listen to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji, for that wonderful evaluation. Your evaluation took note of all the points which Tanmay covered in his speech. His strengths, his weaker, where in your opinion he could have done better. Speech, your evaluation was to the point, there was no issue at all, except only one suggestion I can give you is instead of generalizing about what a good speaker should be and what he should do and what he should not do, you could just transfer it to Tanmay himself and say, he did this, he did that, which I liked. That will create more impact, then the speaker will feel more empowered. That's what I felt. Instead of giving a generalized statement regarding what a speech should be. Great job done. As far as the voice modulation is concerned, I really honestly, I know I'm not supposed to evaluate the speaker as a general evaluator, but I'm tempted to say today speak because I was really impressed by Tanmay's speech. What I liked about it was what we try to achieve in Toastmasters, to achieve a level of comfort in front of the stage or the lectern. In spite of a handicap like a mic in your hand so that you are constrained. But in spite of that, with the best of possibilities, what you can do, you learn here. And he did an amazing job. Even that, and the high voice, what our evaluators referred to us, probably it was in the scheme of things, it was the development of the event. Between this boss and the subordinate, he took it to the highest point, and that was probably would have happened really in reality also. So it is okay in my opinion, but okay, it is your opinion as far as that shrillness is concerned. But otherwise, an amazing speech. I really liked the speech, which I'm not supposed to comment, but I enjoyed it, that's what I'm telling. Because the comfort level I really enjoyed. The way he owned the speech, he wanted to tell something and he told it with all his finished. I really liked it. Big round of applause for Tanmay and Balaji. I think I covered Sanjana already. Only person remaining is Toastmaster Soumya, I think. Anybody else left? No. Sergeant at Arms, Saketh. Okay, actually, honestly, I had not seen the agenda. Suddenly I saw Saketh coming on the stage. I was wondering, because generally what happens is the master of ceremony is in charge of the meeting all through. So it is not a disjointed affair between a pre-break and post-break. It is a continuous thing which you are supposed to be in charge. So I was a bit surprised to see Saketh on the stage, but that's all right. I think that was an understanding between you two, so I don't have to complain about it. But I would have appreciated if you had introduced the sergeant at arms or something like that. It's all right. So Saketh, as usual, he has got his own way of presenting. He has a presence in the lectern, and he is a sincere person. He belongs to my club, and every time he comes on stage, I feel his sincerity and conviction and the way he prepares. That's one thing I like. The same thing with what Sudhanva did. Sudhanva's preparation, what I really like. That is because he has remembered everything. That is what is required. Tell everybody. Whether it was how many clubs are there, how many Toastmasters clubs, how many districts, whatever, it should be in your finger. 12 o'clock somebody wakes you up, you should be able to tell it was formed in 1924 by blah blah blah. You should be gone. That should be that. So that comes by preparation and practice, and that Sudhanva has done. Saketh is no different. He is a great sergeant at arms. He has done an amazing job. Let's give a big round of applause to our Saketh. And finally, the Toastmaster of the day, Soumya. One thing I liked about you, Soumya, is again the level of comfort. You are very comfort, the one which we are aspire for. It's not a question of you are becoming a great communicator. You have to have a level of response to, comfort level at the lecture to take on the audience and speak you what you want to say. And that's what you achieved. We're fully prepared. You are well prepared with all the things. Your story regarding what is the story regarding Hiroshima? It came out so well, and you connected the importance of teamwork so effectively to that. And what is more important, you connected to Toastmasters. That is something really great. You did an amazing job telling about that. All your introductions were very nice. Absolutely, I don't have any suggestion as to make you what you have done a great job. Except probably, I should say, still one thing what Ramlal was distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal is telling, that fire is still missing at night. Probably with that fire in the belly, you can not become, as Ramlal, again putting into Ramlal words, not a good speaker but a great speaker or a great master of ceremony. I think that will be the progression you all should look for by consciously trying to be most energetic and in whatever speak. That's the only suggestion I can give. But overall, let me follow Toastmasters. I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. It was of a very high level. No wonder. I think we are getting certificate from distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal. Both the clubs have lived up to the reputation. Ramlal, yes, because he is the mentor for both the clubs. So it is in the fitness of things that I ask his opinion. So overall, yes. Oh, I have not contacted Mr. Oh, sorry about it. There's one thing I missed. I was thinking something in the back of my mind. What did I miss? The most important, the tag team, of course. They did an amazing job today. They have sacrificed so much for us. The first, the timer, Toastmaster Gajendra. Just please. There's a problem with the standing, my.
Long press.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
The meeting commenced at 6 p.m. and the welcome by Sergeant at Arms took 4 minutes 54 seconds. The President's address took 9 minutes 53 seconds. The Master of Ceremonies has taken 21 minutes. Coming to the speakers, Toastmaster Jyothi has taken 7 minutes 17 seconds, and the individual evaluator DTM Pramod has taken 3 minutes 21 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Tanmay, has taken 6 minutes 10 seconds, and individual evaluator Toastmaster Balaji has taken 3 minutes 18 seconds. Coming to the table topic speakers, The entire table topic session took 33 minutes. And coming to the speakers, Speaker 1, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Prashanth took 2 minutes 12 seconds. Speaker 3, Toastmaster Ravi took 1 minute 51 seconds. Speaker 4, Shreesh Bhat took, what's the name? Shreesh Bhat took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Speaker 5, Toastmaster Latha took 1 minute 35 seconds. Speaker 6, Toastmaster Siddhanth, am I right? Took 2 minutes 32 seconds. And since you crossed the 30 seconds time, you won't be eligible for a certificate. I don't know if I was supposed to announce that. Then speakers 7, Toastmaster Chetan took 1 minute 37 seconds. Speaker 8, Toastmaster Mohan took 1 minute 34 seconds. Speaker 9, DTM Ramlal took 2 minutes 12 seconds. And Speaker 10, Selvaraj Gesh took 1 minute 56 seconds. And now coming to the general evaluation session, it's taken 25 minutes till now. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gajendra. Before I proceed further, for the best performers, there is a ballot given to send to your WhatsApp, and there is a password. The password is together, T capital. You can put that without being affected by what evaluators I have told. Yes. Okay. Now let's. The second one is our counter. By Toastmaster, our counter is Toastmaster Mahesh. Please.
Once again, good evening. Yes, told by DTM Ramlal and impressed by Evaluator, but there was a fire in everyone to give their best. Today, they given very less counters for me. Because I am an counter, I want 4 hours in the whole meeting. If you permit me, I don't want to take the names. Shall I take general or you want?
You can take the names. Otherwise, our counter doesn't carry any.
Okay. Yes, Sudhanva, there are 2 passes. He repeated the words E thrice. President Toastmasters Shivaprasad, there are only repeated words sights, reach 3 times. MC Soumya, and 2 times. There are 2 passes. And speaker 1, Jyothi Rao, to do twice, make thrice. Speaker 2, Tanmay, flawless. DTM Pramod is a flawless. Only once he used the word. Yes, that word I missed it. One word he repeated twice. And even Balaji is flawless. And Sanjana is flawless. Timer, R thrice. Yav to twice. To do twice. Grammarian, Shuba, in initial speech. Word, thrice is used. Come to the total table topic speakers. First speaker, Vijay Upendra, what twice. Second speaker, Prashanth, this thrice. Ravi, Toastmaster Ravi, with thrice. Shreesh Bhat, there are 2 passes. Toastmaster Latha, kill twice. Siddhanth, and thrice. What twice. Toastmaster Mohan, I was twice and thrice, twice. And DTM Ramlal, flawless. That's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh, for sparing me. Because I hold the record for maximum number of hours in our club. A sort of Guinness record which I am competing with. Anyway, that's a separate story. So now the third role taker Grammarian Shuba.
I could really feel the radiance of the sparks in today's meeting, and the sparks well outweighed the fuses. I will get done with the fuses first and then enumerate on the many sparks in today's meeting. So, coming to the not so good usages, life future can be life's future. That might seems quiet, can be that might seem quiet. Become more logic can be become more logical. Not telling anything about religious can be not saying anything about religion. So smooth as butter can be as smooth as butter. It was a good pleasure can just be it was a pleasure. Sign of nervousness is correct, or it can be sign of nerves. Now coming to the good usages, there's a long list here that I'll read out one by one. Walk out of his comfort zone. We do not have to destroy to build. Tall and thriving. Resurrection. Revive. Voracious. Fun-filled laughter. Long lost memory lane. Topple down. Young, fast, and fierce. Moment of time that felt like an eternity. Disastrous crash. Shriek. Heave the sigh of relief. Journey of life. Life is too short for petty achievements. A bad day for the ego is a good day for the soul. It's our observations that shape our reality. Mountain out of a molehill. Overwhelming. Screaming session. Boiling point. Enormity of the situation. Be like an owl, calm and wise. Heat of the moment. In the dance of life, wisdom waits to be heard. Deepest core of your soul. Embark towards. Think on your feet. Take decisions emotionally. Repent logically. Appeal to entire masses. Good ambience. Pin to piano. Protagonist. How to have hope within yourself. Creature of habit. Internal conflict. Euphoria. Invincible determination. Ability to speak is a shortcut to distinction. Fire in your belly. Whenever you are on stage, set yourself on fire. And I would like to mention distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal, whose speech was just riddled with quotes. So that was the sparks of the session. Coming to the Toastmasters who used the word and the phrase of the day. So the word of the day congregation was used by Toastmaster Soumya, Toastmaster Saketh, and Toastmaster Pramod. And the phrase of the day in tandem was used by Toastmaster Shivaprasad, Toastmaster Tanmay, Toastmaster Soumya, Toastmaster Saketh, and Toastmaster Pramod. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba, for that comprehensive role as a grammarian. Very nice, you have presented all the points you have taken, such an elaborate, what really were the good usages, particularly I liked it. So overall, fellow Toastmasters was a very, very productive and effective get-together that I found two clubs coming together, two great clubs. I always find people talk in Bangalore about 3-4 clubs. Anyone asked? Mekon Communication Club, Uttista, Daffodils. I think it doesn't go to the 4th club. Normally that is the reputation of the clubs for the people to looking for better clubs. So that reputation, one thing today I was very much impressed by our Uttista Toastmasters. I have seen them in action during 500 meeting, earlier meetings also. I knew about Ramlal being attended. So at least 3-4 meetings I have attended that Uttista, including 500 meeting. And today I was impressed by the 3 performances. One of course, evaluation by Pramod, distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. which was really of very high quality. The second was our speech by Tanmay. That comfort level what he exhibited today, I really liked it. The way he did it. I think I'm looking for listening to such speeches more often. This is really great. And third, of course, our energy level of Sanjana, our table topic master. What Ramlal has told, she has personified. And she did an amazing job today. I think not that I'm not running down our club. People did an amazing job, every one of them. So nothing to take away from that. Overall, a wonderful speech. I think we should have more meetings of such order in future also. And all the best, let's say, wish best for both the presidents of the club and all the members. And with that, back to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, General Evaluator and his team of evaluators who gave us a meticulous and effective evaluation. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Togetherness is a vital force that helps us face the adversities of life. I will hence urge all of you to embrace the spirit of togetherness in your lives. With that parting note, I would now like to hand over the stage to a special person. She is an MBA graduate, associated with Ola as a finance executive. She's an enthusiastic learner and a music lover. Currently serving as club president of Uttishta Toastmasters Club. Let's welcome Toastmaster Asharani onto the stage.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony Toastmaster Soumya, for that warm introduction. Can anyone tell what is the most difficult task for a speaker? To take the stage as the last speaker. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I am delighted to be part of this joint meeting of two Titan clubs with incredible legacy from District 121. A round of applause for both Mekong and Just like how a diamond sparkles, similarly, our individual talents and strength shines the brightest when we come together. Today's joint meeting is a testament of the power of collaboration, bringing together such diverse talents and perspectives created an enriching experience to everyone present here. And an event of this magnitude is incomplete without acknowledging the contribution of those who made it possible. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our club mentor, distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal sir. To the management of our school auditorium for providing us with the venue. To all the club officers of Mekong Communications and Uttishta Toastmasters who worked tirelessly over the past 2 weeks to make this event successful. To all the speakers and role takers who made this meeting very energetic and engaging, thank you very much. And my dear lovely audience, your presence breathes life into our meeting today. On behalf of Uttista Toastmasters and Mekon Communication, I extend a profound gratitude to all those who are present here. Thank you for joining us today. Now we come to the most awaited part of the meeting, announcement of results. Are you ready to know the winners?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
To announce the results, I invite President of Mekon Toastmaster, Mekon Communications, Toastmaster Shivaprasad to join me on the stage.
I get the results. So I hear that the certificates are in preparation. So until then, if any of our guests would like to say a couple of words about how you felt about the meeting today, that would be very nice. Yes. Sir, you're not a guest. But you can, yes.
I'm really thrilled. Thanks to Uttista and thanks to Mekon. This meeting, earlier Mekon and Uttista used to have such joint meetings a little more frequently, and this has not happened for quite some time. And I wish you both take this forward and make it regular. There used to be a time that Mekon people used to visit Uttista Toastmasters and they used to be guests. Uttista people used to come to Mekon and they used to be the guest of that kind of togetherness was there, which is missing now. So I request, please take it forward, and that synergistic effect I find is very, very good. In fact, my friend here, the moment we started the meeting, she asked why you both have joined. Are you competing today? I said, no, we are collaborating. That's the word I used, and that word I found it to be again and again used. So request, once again, I'll make it brief and short. Please make it frequently, and it will be very, very interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal on stage to give out the certificate. So before we declare the winners, I'd like to say the cliched line as always. No matter who wins today, all of you are winners. With that, let us get into the winners for today. Best tag team player or the best tag role taker, as we know it in Mekon. It goes to our Grammarian, Toastmaster Shuba. The best role taker MTG, as we know it in Mekon, or the best role taker, as it says here, it goes to the person who conducted a wonderful meeting today, our Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Soumya. Moving on to the best table topic speaker for today. It goes to the man who set himself on fire on stage. Distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal himself. Moving on to the best evaluator for today's meeting, two champion evaluators, and it's been a very close fight here. But it goes to Distinguished Toastmaster Pramod. Finally, the most awaited award for today, the Best Speaker Award. Very similar to the Best Evaluator category. There's been a close competition here, and the person who's come out on top finally is Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Two of the best clubs in town are Mohan and Uttista, for your information.
And the master is Toastmaster PTM Ramlal. For your information.
Thank you, and I'd like
For
to.
2 years. I was with you for 1 year, 15 years.
You would have won a couple more certificates if you were here too.
I'd like to hand the charge back to President of Uttista Toastmasters, Toastmaster Asharani.
Once again, congratulations to all the winners. A round of applause. Competitions make us faster. Collaboration make us better. With this note, I adjourn today's meeting. Thank you all.